Do you ever feel like you're stuck in a habit that you don't even think about? Guys, I've been there. It's easy to do, and once it creeps up, you're stuck. And that's why I was excited to try Fume. It's not another vape. It's not an e-cig. It's not even a nicotine product. This is something different, and it's a simple, satisfying way that you can replace a bad habit. And you can do this without inhaling anything harmful. No smoke, no vapor, no nicotine. This is just natural flavored air that gives you something to reach for, something to fiddle with, without any of the chemicals. I'll tell you guys, a lot of times breaking a habit is not just about willpower. It's about having something better to reach for. And Fume is that alternative. My personal favorite flavor is crisp mint, but there's tons of options. And guys, it's not just about flavor. Fume has a magnetic, fidget-friendly design, and it helps to keep your hands busy while keeping your mind engaged. Guys, right now, if you order the Journey Pack and you use my code Chael, you will get a free Fume topper. Go to tryfume.com/Chael to try yours today. Scan the QR code that I put on the screen or just click on the link below. Jon Jones, Tom Aspinall, Surreal Gone. What do they have in common? All right, let's take a look at this timeline. Tom Aspinall joins Daniel and I on Good Guy, Bad Guy. And Tom Aspinall informs us that he does have his next fight. He does have his opponent. He does have his date. He can't reveal to us what it is. And that is very in line with the UFC. Most guys would not come out to tell you, I have it, and then pull back. But they could. They are asked, particularly fights of that magnitude, the heavyweight championship, they are asked to wait for the press conference to come. And Tom even says that to Daniel and I. You know, kind of gets in front of us and says, and before you guys start asking me, as you know, I can't announce my own fight. All right, great. While that's happening, which, by the way, Tom Aspinall adds, I can't tell you what it is, but I will tell you what it's not, because it's not Jon Jones. Okay. Everything here seems right. Everything about this misdirection by Tom is going very well because he's using a lot of accuracies while perhaps giving us inaccurate information. Now, meanwhile, back on the Jones side of things. Jones is saying, and he put this out on a tweet, which he surprisingly never deleted, which is, I relinquish my belt. I'm no longer your heavyweight champion. I relinquish my belt. You have nothing you can strip me from because I am giving it back. And that's an interesting thing. It's an interesting thing because it is a very legitimate play that Jon Jones could use. By the way, this has been tested. I was doing an early morning weigh-in show. It's 9 to 11, wherever you are. Like, you don't have to worry about Eastern time or Central time or Abu Dhabi time. Wherever you are, 9 to 11 is when the weigh-ins go, and I'm doing it with Ariel. And Daniel Cormier was about to be stripped. He was going to be stripped because he was going to move up to heavyweight and fight for that belt, and they weren't going to do the champ thing, and Daniel did not like the idea of being stripped. I mean, he did not like it to the point that he forced himself onto the show and forced Ariel to say on the show that he is relinquishing the title. And Dana didn't really understand it. Like, later, Dana got asked about it and goes, yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know why he cares, but yeah, all right. But I did understand why he cared. I actually did understand, as a fighter, there's a difference in being stripped, losing your title, being disqualified, counted out, clean pinfall 1 through 3. Like, it does matter to a degree. So, Dana got asked about it in Jon's situation. And Dana said, I've actually been busy. I was not aware he put that tweet out, but I will get back in the office on Tuesday and we'll sort through this. Okay. So Tuesday comes around and Dana weighed in and said, Jon has agreed to fight Tom. And I'm only bringing this to your attention. I am all for piling on the anti-Jon bandwagon. I'm all for it. But we have to use accurate information to do that. We can't pull something in as a way and beat Jon with it if Jon didn't actually do it. We have to be a little careful in that one regard, and I'm just sharing with you, I don't believe it. I don't believe Jon Jones backed down from anybody. I don't believe that Jon has actually had the phone call where they said, all right, here's the opponent, here's the weight class, here's the rules, here's the stakes, in or out. And Jon said out and put the phone down. I don't believe that. And there's no evidence out there where I should believe that. I mean, not for nothing. Dana's got the right to play this however he wants, say whatever he wants. Same thing with Tom. And I'm not positive that Tom was playing this, and I'm not positive that Dana was playing this. I'm just sharing they would have the right to. So then if you're sitting back and you're trying to read people's body language and mannerisms, and you're treating this more like a poker game than a fist fight, I don't think anybody's done anything wrong yet. And I think that Tom's play of, I have a fight, I have one coming up, I know about it, but I can't tell anybody. I think that Tom's play was to get Jon to jump. The only problem is, to who? It seems like every heavyweight, and I mean, the heavyweights are the biggest bunch of cowards that we've got. We've got a sport that's full of tough guys, but if you were to condense them down, like who is truly the biggest wimp, it would have to be the heavyweights. Like, you don't really have a choice. You don't have an interim champion in your division because your division is strong. You don't have an unwillful champion heading up your division because your division is courageous. You don't have two belt holders in a division that can't agree on a date where they're going to come roll their sleeves up and figure this out when you're in a strong division. And I will share for you at heavyweight, if there's to be something else for Tom, one thing that we can all agree on is Tom. Now, if you want to call this interim, if you want to call it undisputed, if you want to call it stripping, if you want to call it relinquish, we still do agree that spot, that placement goes to Aspinall. But is that opponent going to be Jon? Because if it's not going to be Jon, who is it going to be? It's not as though Ciryl Gane has done anything to make sure it's him. Almeida hasn't done anything to make sure it's him. Curtis Blades in some ways already got his shot and might think that it's rude if he was to insert himself here, but all the same, I got to put Curtis in that same pile. He hasn't done anything to make sure that it's him. So, when I look at heavyweight, I do believe it's Jon and Tom. I do believe stronger, I would make a larger bet, if you would, that it's New York City in November, that it's Tom, that it's undisputed championship. I mean, I've got you real close to everything that we need, except the Jon part. I do think that is where it's going to fall, and it's not as though Jon is in a competition right now. He's got the belt. He doesn't have to beat anybody else. He doesn't have to get the mandate of the masses. He doesn't have to get the media edge over Ciryl Gane. He's already got it in a game that Ciryl, for reasons unknown, isn't even playing. And sadly, at times when guys don't play the game, the only game that makes this sport any fun, which is the positioning back and forth for supremacy through the media. That's the fun part of this game. And when guys choose to not play that, oftentimes it's because they've already got it. And if I was to go back to a title fight that Ciryl Gane already had, if I was to go back to that, he got that fight. He got those fights, multiple, by doing the same thing, which sadly was nothing. So I can't count him out.